What if the people who lived next door to you weren't just neighbors, but future leaders of the civil rights movement, shaping history right before your eyes? A historic neighborhood filled with a diverse group of residents, civil rights leaders, educators, business owners, and everyday working neighbors, this neighborhood will become known for breaking barriers. The first major breakthrough was the Montgomery bus boycott, heard not just in Montgomery, not just in the United States, but across the world, a long-standing reflection of the city's deep roots of pride, resilience, and generational legacy. And this is the Neighborhood Exchange. At the corner of Mobile Drive and Tuskegee Circle, where the first two homes were purchased, one by William Singleton and the other by Thomas Gray, this became the birthplace of Mobile Heights. From the beginning, Mobile Heights was shaped by service. Because both Gray and Singleton were veterans, they invited other veterans to purchase homes here, and as a result, the neighborhood was originally known as Veterans Heights. At the same time, the federal government enacted the Housing Act of 1950, allowing many veterans to become homeowners. Leadership, service, and sacrifice were built into the foundation of this community. This village was built on watchfulness, on responsibility, on people looking out for one another, especially when danger came close.
When the Klan threatened to come into the neighborhood and do harm, the men in the village protected us. You know, they worked in shifts, driving the neighborhood, making sure that they did not get in. And my father was one of those people on his shift. To protect the neighborhood, he had a shotgun in his jacket and his trench coat.
His name was William Bernard Singleton. That same protection continued. During a time when phones were tapped, information still traveled, not through wires, but through people. Neighbors gathered at corners and sang loudly. That was the signal to come outside. Information needed to be shared, but privately.
Since I have been here, is that circle right outside, it has become kind of a gathering point because the neighborhood association president, Shirley Jenkins and Mary Boone and other people, they'll say, let's meet on the circle. And we come and we just meet on the circle and we talk about things.
As Mobile Heights developed through neighbors talking to neighbors, it became part of a larger mission, providing for one another. For example, business owner Rufus Lewis implemented a system of transportation. In ways of communicating, he also installed phone banks for those needing rides to and from work during the Montgomery bus boycott. St. Jude, a city within a city, became a vanguard in the neighborhood, not simply as a spiritual foundation, but as a force for humanity critical to the broader and sustained fight against segregation in Montgomery. Living in Mobile Heights is living inside of history. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stayed in this neighborhood when he visited Montgomery. He played football with children in the streets, held meetings in homes, and in one home in particular, the home of civil rights attorney Fred Gray, which still stands today. The civil rights movement wasn't just marches and moments. It was families. It was neighbors. It was people believing that change required participation, not permission. And those stories don't move Montgomery nor Mobile Heights forward if they stay on the shelf.
Well, I think it's up to us. It's incumbent upon us to tell the stories and to not in a way that, you pulled it off the shelf and it becomes a living story. It becomes a roadmap for how you bring about change.
In Mobile Heights, education was a non-negotiable, dignity was a non-negotiable, and second-hand treatment was never acceptable, even when the system demanded it.
But when my father first voted, he had to pay a poll tax back to age 21 in order to vote. And then he had to pass a written exam. And the third thing that he had to do was to get 3 recommendations from upstanding citizens that he was okay and he was good enough to vote. That's what it took to vote when my father voted. And he carried his voter registration card until the day he died in his wallet.
And that card wasn't just proof of a vote. It was proof of perseverance, sacrifice, and the cost of being seen. The neighbors of Mobile Heights are crucial influences in Montgomery's story. Their lived experiences reflect decades of growth, resistance, and perseverance. This neighborhood reminds us that Montgomery's strength is found not only in its landmarks, but in its people.